Yoga.
Yoga.
Yoga. I say yo, you get.
Okay.
You say
Yoga.
yo.
All
Yoga.
right. How
Yoga.
exciting! This is like the perfect size
Yoga.
group this evening. Right.
Yes.
So, my name's Jeanean.
Hi,
Hi,
Jeanean.
Jeanean.
We're glad you're here. We are very glad you're here.
And I will be leading you through this practice today as your guide, but ultimately, you are leading you through this practice. So this is an opportunity to kind of hit the pause button. We're going to really focus on yourself, kind of checking in with yourself, connecting with your body and mind. This is going to be, yoga is a judgment-free practice, right? Everybody is designed and created different, and we're also all on a journey. We're all in different places and where we're at and what we're doing and in our recovery. And so just be really kind and gentle with yourself. I want this to be fun and enjoyable, and I want you to come back again. So if there's something that's happening that's not feeling right or pleasant, or if there's some modifications we need to make, let's do it together. And feel like you can talk to me during the practice or after class. So the first thing though that we're doing is we're just going to arrive on your mats. And I love how you guys all made your spaces, and it's beautiful. And so the one thing that connects our body and our mind is our breath. So right now, as you're arriving on your mat, begin to start thinking about your breath, feeling your breath going in, generally in through the nose, we'll start out with, and then we'll begin with breathing out through your mouth. And just do that at your own pace. Usually we breathe shallower, and especially when we're not mindful of it or in stressful situations, our breath will get even more shallow. But taking big, deep, cleansing breaths to connect inwardly, to connect with your mind, and connect with your body. Start doing some breathing together. Let's all breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Breathe out through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time when we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill your belly. is starting to build that inner fire within you. And if you want to breathe in a little deeper and hold it at the top or the bottom just for a second or so, and then breathe it back out so you get that really full breath feeling, and then that total emptying feeling as it comes back out. Start to scan your body as you're taking in your deep breaths. From the top of your head, just kind of feel where you have tightness, where it might be comfortable, uncomfortable, feeling the ground beneath your body, settling in, kind of releasing your muscles into the ground so you really feel this deep sense of relaxation as you feel your body, the weight of your body against the ground, against the mat, and then continuing to breathe in deep through your nose and breathing out deep through your nose. Okay, now we're going to start to welcome a little bit of movement. We'll have we're going to just start out with some smaller movements to kind of get warmed up as we build up to some other poses. And I'll be offering a lot of modifications or bus stops along the way. So let's start with maybe lifting, putting your hands beneath your sorry, no problem. And one thing too about yoga while we're breathing and about life is things can happen outside of us and we can still maintain that breath in through the nose, out through the nose, deep breath, and you know, maybe you hear a car go by or the phone ring or whatever, you know, and just continue to feel that stillness and peace within yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing the one knee at a time into the chest as close as you can, or as far just to where it feels comfortable for you. So you're going to interlace your fingers behind your knee, and then just kind of pulling your knee up towards your chest, maybe even up towards your armpit, depending on your level of flexibility. Don't worry about that, no judgment. You just get to the spot that feels like you're getting a little bit of sensation into your body. Enjoy that sensation and just kind of beginning to loosen up the hip a little bit. This is a wonderful movement for massaging the internal organs in the stomach, about the transverse colon in and out. So just a nice little compression step move to bring your knee in, maybe use a little strength in your arms, also continuing to press your shoulder blades back down into the mat so you feel aligned, your head is straight, and then when you're ready, set it down next to your other leg, and then pull the other knee up towards you. Fingers interlaced being under your knee, and pulling it up towards your chest, towards your armpit, stretching out your other leg. Keep your other leg nice and long, and you can feel that opposing forces, right? You feel the one leg coming up, the other leg extending out. There's some strength in your arm as you're holding your leg, and then continuing to pull your head forward and into the mat too. So you have a nice sensation all through your body. When you're ready, pull that leg back down beside the other leg. Begin to start feeling some lengthening in your arm, in your legs as they are loosening up. And then let's take both knees up together. And you can wrap your arms around your knees or put your hands under your knees and pull that up towards your chest. Maybe circle your feet a little. Get your ankles involved. Waking up your ankles. Circle shoulders pressed down into the mat, your head is down. You might even rock your knees and hips side to side a little, just kind of feeling small sensation in the back of the spine. You might even try doing a little circle to the right, a little circle to the left. When you're ready, extend your legs back out long again. And then do a nice big good morning stretch. Arms over your head, feet extended long on the floor. Getting ready to really waken up your body from the first. All right, there we go. That's good. Yeah, feel that sensation of being very long. Take up your space. And then when you're ready, you kind of rock yourself up and whatever feels comfortable to get up. And extend your legs in front of you. There you go. Extended legs. And then flex your feet back towards your face. You feel that in your legs?
Oh yeah. I needed this.
And then maybe put your hands beside your hips and just feel your spine kind of straightening up. Rolling your shoulders back. You can feel that stretching, that release in the upper back where we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders and our shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, start to walk your hands towards your feet. And keep your feet, your toes flexed back towards your face. And don't worry about collapsing down as much as extending out over those toes. So you can feel your spine getting longer. And you know, we're still warming up, so be gentle to yourself and just start to feel a little bit of lengthening. You can grab onto your legs or ankles or feet somewhere and then just pulling your more of your spine. You're trying to keep your shoulders down, but then also extending your chest. Think about opening up your chest towards your feet. And then walk back up. Is that good? Yeah. All right, now let's take one of your feet in towards your thigh, wherever's comfortable. It might be down by your calf. Kind of try to avoid the knee, but wherever you can get your leg. And we're kind of starting to get those hips opened up. In yoga, we do a lot of hip openers, heart openers. We use the shoulders. Let's roll our shoulders a little bit. I love that feeling. There we go. And then same thing, we're going to have your toes pointing back towards your face on your long extended leg, and then start walking yourself out towards those toes. And then find that spot where you get that sensation that really feels amazing. Woo. And let's take a couple breaths in here. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's walk back up and let's switch legs. So one leg extending straight out, the other leg in towards your inner thigh. You have your foot flexing back towards you. Beautiful. And have pulled toes. Anyways, okay, so walk yourself forward. And same thing, extending your chest forward, your spine forward, your forehead forward, and really stretch towards that and lengthen towards those toes and feet. And at the same time, if you think about flexing your foot back, you'll really feel the back of your leg kind of firing up too, right? It's on fire. Good. Maybe take a couple breaths in. And then when you're ready, walk back up. Okay, and now what we're going to do is, are you all familiar with cat-cow? All right, So we're gonna make your way onto your hands and feet, or knees, I should say, your hands and knees. And we're coming into what is called a neutral position for our spine. It's tabletop. So think of being a table, and we have our hands under our shoulders. You put nice big wide fingers, like starfish, under your shoulders, and you have your shoulder is lined up with your wrist, which is lined up with the floor, and your fingers, really stretch your fingers out. Feel that feeling of just extending all the fingers. Doesn't that feel amazing?
Yes.
I know. And then your knees are directly under your hips. So you see a 90-degree angle with your knees under your hips. And for now, let's keep our toes down. So the shoelace side of your feet are on the mat or the floor. You know, you don't need to have a mat to do yoga. You can do yoga anywhere. So anytime when you're having the opportunity, you can do yoga. There's no special formula about having that. All right, so now let's do some what's called cat-cow. So when you go cat, you're arching your spine up, and you're making a rounded back like a scared cat, and at the same time, your head will dip down, and then you'll even feel your arms fire up a little bit. And you get that sensation of your spine really rounding. And then on the exhale, you drop your belly all the way down as far as you can. Your booty pokes back, your neck comes up, you look towards the roof or the ceiling, and you feel your heart pressing forward. You feel some lengthening through your abdomen. And then when you're ready, continue. Curve back up again into a cat with your breath. Follow your breath. And then when you're ready, exhale back into a cow. So the cow image is, thinking about kind of like a mama cow, where you milk the cow and you have the udder, and then you come back up and you have the scared cat. And this is a wonderful, you should be feeling some sensation as the vertebrae of your spine are kind of opening up from the front to the back of your body. Continue to do that for a couple more breaths. And then when it feels good for you, invite some other movement. So maybe when you're in your neutral position, maybe you curve your hips a little to the right, a little to the left. Some circular movement. And then now let's curl the toes under. So you're in your neutral tabletop position. You got your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. You have your toes curled under. And we're going to sit back on our toes just a little bit to give some pressure, to really feel like you're spreading those toes open. And if you're, you can come all the way up, depending on where you're, what works for your body. Feel your toes opening up.
Yes.
Yeah, that hurts my toes.
Well, and we can do something similar, coming forward on your knees, back to tabletop. Turn our hands around backwards.
Oh, yeah.
So now we have our toes and ankles that we've opened up, and now we can start opening up the wrists. And just gently sway back and forth on your wrists.
One thing about my elbows is you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that weird? My elbows do something weird. I don't know if I'm double jointed or what.
Well, and find a position in your body that feels comfortable, and if you need to bend them a little so you so there's not pressure in any places that feel awkward. But if it feels what feels good to you, you do what you do.
I just
You.
think it looks weird.
Okay, and then when you're ready, flip your hands back around. Then we're going to do a little bit more waking up our body and kind of starting off in a little bit of a balance. We're going to move the weight to your left knee. You all have a mat under your knee, perfect. And we will bring that knee up into your chest just a little bit and then extend it out. And you can keep it bent. We're just kind of kind of opening it up and bringing it in.
Ooh, that feels good.
This is a tiger flow. So, tiger. Brr. And then we'll do one more breath of that. Set it down. And then let's bring the other knee in and bring it up. And one more breath in. And one more breath out. Bring it down. Both knees back to a neutral tabletop position. And now, you also have room to extend your legs out. So we're going to extend it straight out and then bring it in. And just do 2 breaths on each side. In, out, in, and out. And then move to the other side. Bring your knee in, extend it out. One more breath in and extend, and then back to your neutral tabletop position. And then let's reach one arm forward. Really extend through that one arm and set it down, and extend through the other arm. And kind of keep moving your another arm in through your inhale and exhale. Okay, and then let's combine that. Can you lift one arm and one leg? Extend. Exhale. The other arm, the other leg. Extend. And exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. And then back to neutral tabletop position. And let's sit back on our toes again. How's that? Are you feeling a difference? Starting to waken up your
Oh, yeah.
body?
Feels good.
We're going to do one more little flow through that. And then we're going to move into more of our standing series. So back to neutral tabletop position. So our first movement, tiger. So we'll go in, up with a bent leg. One leg up. And then move to the other leg. Tiger, in and up. In, up. And then let's extend the right leg or the right arm forward. Stretch the right arm is 1 inch further than you think you can. And set it back down. Let's stretch the left arm forward. Extend. Extend forward, back down. Then let's take the right arm up and the left leg, opposite leg, and extend and back down. Opposite side, extend the hand, extend the foot, back down. And this time, we're going to extend the right leg out, and then we're going to slide it to the left, behind your right leg. Behind your left leg. So you're taking your right leg, sliding it, extending it behind the left leg, and then look back at your foot on the left side. go. Perfect. All right, and bring it back in. And now we'll take the left leg, extend it behind the right leg, and then turn and look at your left foot. Okay, and bring it back in. All right, and then let's sit back on our toes. Good job.
My arms are on fire.
Yeah, my wrist. All right, perfect. Now, I think a resting place for everybody as we go through the next part of the flow is, or the class, is always child's pose. Child's pose is always available to you. And child's pose is when you flip your toes back down, so you're sitting on the shoelace side of your feet, and then you can open up your thighs, and then you lean forward and walk forward and just come forward into a really gentle, relaxed, neutral position. And that's always available. Anytime you want to just take a break, you can do child's pose, you can do seated position, you can lay on your back, and then just jump back in when you're ready. So I just want you to always have a resting spot that you feel comfortable in throughout the series. Okay, so next we're gonna do our first down dog of the day. So we'll come back to our neutral spine position and flip your toes under, back like how we were doing the toe stretch. And then we're going to slowly lift your hips up and back. And you can keep your knees bent, and you're pushing through your arms, through your palms. So you feel that lengthening coming through your arms, through your hands up to your arms, and then pushing the hips back, and then back down towards your feet. This is not a resting position.
No.
So, and feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to get into a comfortable down dog. And then, what I want you to do is to take your right foot and step it through in between your hands. And then drop your left knee down. Put your foot, shoelace, shoelace,
Modified version of that.
okay, so you bring your right foot forward, and then drop your knee down, drop your back knee down.
Oh.
There you go, that's it, you're in it, perfect, yeah.
Wait.
Front, so your right foot's forward, and your left leg is back, shoelace side of your foot on the ground, and your knees down. And this is a low lunge. Yeah, low lunge.
Question.
Yes.
Is it better to have it all like this or on?
Fingertips. So you just do what works for your body. If you have the flexibility to go lower, you can. And then you can also adjust that back leg. So you can bring it in or out, extend it out longer behind you. And try to keep your knee over your ankle in the front, left, all four ways. So it doesn't go too far forward, too far back. It doesn't go to the right or the left. It's just right over your ankle. But then you can bring the knee in, so depending on your flexibility. Perfect.
It's hurting my knees.
Okay.
There's not enough thickness in the mat.
Do you want to layer them up?
Yeah, I'm
Okay. Here, let me give you. Okay. There you go. Perfect. I'm glad you're. What about you? Do you want any more? Does anybody else? Okay.
Yeah, it's just crushing my knees.
Okay.
I got bad
All right.
knees.
And then let's step back, and let's stand up for a minute. We've been down on the ground, okay? And we're gonna rise all the way up, roll up, one vertebrae at a time. And this is with your hands down, facing forward, mountain pose. And this is a very strong, powerful pose. And you'll feel this from your toes to the top of your head. And really kind of zip up your abdominals, zip up your legs, and roll your shoulders down your back, and extend your head up towards the ceiling, and maybe close your eyes right now, and just feel that nice, tall, powerful pose. Then when you're ready, let's bring our arms up overhead, bring your palms together, and bring your hands down to heart center. A lot of times this can be a moment in yoga practice where set an intention, intention to whatever it may be. It's kind of nice to have an intention to just be present, be here, to quiet the mind. The movements of yoga are a wonderful opportunity to quiet the mind, because while you're in a yoga posture, you're thinking about that movement and not about anything else. So about being mindful and being present and being in your body and feeling that sensation. And sometimes that sensation may bring up thoughts or emotions, and just let that wash over you, and pay attention to it, but then come back to that moment where you're at in practice, where you're feeling your body, and you're reconnecting with your breath, and breathe into the sensation, and know that you're going to come out of this class feeling different. You're changing yourself, you're making adjustments, you're wakening up your spine and your joints and your hips and your shoulders to a point where when you come back at the end of practice, everything comes, you get the benefit of all the movement we've done as we lay in Savasana at the end of the practice. So let's take another big deep breath in, deep breath out, and then let's fold forward. So come down, bringing your hands towards the ground. Drop your head, make your head heavy. You can grab opposite elbows and just kind of sway side to side if that feels good in your body. Relax your head.
Let me see what you're doing. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just the
Cool.
crossing hands.
I like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. And then nod your head, left and right, yes and no. That helps relax the tension in your neck and just release that. You can bend your knees a little if you like. And then let's come back down into a neutral tabletop position. And curl your toes up, and we'll come back into a downward facing dog. And this time we're going to take the opposite leg. We already did a low lunge on the right side. Now we're going to do the left side. So bring it up between your hands, your foot right between your hands, and drop your back knee, your right knee. And you can keep your hands on the floor and just feel some of that sensation there. That looks like you were more comfortable this time.
My knees were hard down on the floor. It's horrible.
Good. Okay, and then, like I said, you can extend that back leg further if you want a little more sensation in that hip and the back of the foot, back of the knee, or back of the leg. And then step your other foot to the front of your mat, side by side, and do another forward fold. Then we're going to add a half lift. So we're bringing our hands a couple palms in front of our feet, or you can also put them on the tops of your thighs, and then you get that really flat back feeling where you're like an L shape, and you're extending your head forward, and then come back down to a forward fold. And then let's rise all the way up. And then reach up, stand up, reach up, be tall. Be very, very tall. Bring your arms back down to mountain. Let's pause here and take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Okay, now we're going to move into practicing Warrior One. So we're all warriors here, right? Okay, so Warrior One is similar. We can start in a low lunge. So everybody is at the front or middle of the mat right now. Okay, everybody walk to the front of your mat. And then let's bring your right foot to the back. and bring your arms up. Bend your front left knee. And this is front lunge. So what we were just doing, but now we have our knee up off the ground. And then we're gonna take our back foot and turn it to a 45-degree angle. There you go. Yeah, just twist it. Perfect. And continue to keep face towards the front, having your arms lifted high. Beautiful. Warrior one. And you can feel more sensation as you get deeper into it. You feel as you go forward. You can reach back, opening up your heart. In recovery, it's important to have open hearts because we keep our shoulders kind of moved forward, and this is really extending and opening. You can feel the strength just in keeping your arms up. Okay, and then let's what they call waterfall down. And we'll put our hands on each side of our foot and bring it back to the back of the mat, beside your other foot. And then let's bring the other foot forward. So we have our left or right foot forward?
I have a left.
Okay, so let's go to the other side. Bring your other foot forward and then slowly rise up from, just like if you were in your low lunge and now you're coming up to your high lunge.
Or driver over here.
Your back foot is spiked. And then we raise our arms up. And then let's rotate your back foot to a 45-degree angle, facing the corner side of the room. Perfect. And arms up, warrior one on the other side. Beautiful. Really opening up the warrior, being strong and fierce and beautiful.
Fearless.
Fearless. And you have that extension in your back leg. You have your front leg bent. And then let's waterfall down. Hands on each side of your front foot. Bring your back foot back. And then lift up your booty back to a down dog. Feel that, can you feel that lengthening in the back?
I can feel the back of my legs.
Down the back of your legs. Okay, and then let's walk our hands back to a forward fold towards the back of your mat. And roll all the way back up and be tall. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Feeling okay? Yeah. Okay. Let's go back down to mountain and just take a couple of deep breaths. Okay. Do you guys want to do a little flow through a few different poses now? You ready? Okay.
I will say I took a boot camp and then for 6 weeks, and then I took a yoga class for 6 weeks, and I toned up more and lost more weight in the yoga class than I did the boot camp.
Great. This is very good for your body for sure, because we're using our whole body, aren't we? And you can feel like when we stand here in the mountain pose, if you spread your fingers well out, you feel that strengthening just and lengthening just in your fingers, making big palms.
Yes.
And do high fives.
Brilliant sound.
Okay, we're going to go back to, so we have our hips squared. We're gonna step our right foot forward. And let's keep our front leg straight. And bring your arms up, starting to do a little bit of balance. And then bend halfway, come towards me, I come towards you, and then let's lower down over that top front leg.
Ooh.
And both legs are straight. And you can bring your, try to bring your head towards your front leg, keeping your hips. You should feel some sensation in your hips in this move. Do you feel that?
Yes.
And kind of, okay, then maybe you need to adjust a little. Maybe turn your hip a little to the left, bring one hip forward, one hip back. And then let's bend the front knee And we're gonna rise up into crescent lunge. High crescent lunge.
High crescent lunge.
High crescent lunge. And now, beautiful, stretching up, bent front knee. Our foot is on our toes on the back foot. And now, lower your back foot down, turning it out just about 45-degree angle. And now we're gonna turn our body. Look at you guys. Warrior 2.
I can feel my body it's like a heating sensation.
We're bringing the fire, aren't we? You
Yes.
guys can do this. You're made being stronger and powerful. Beautiful. Okay, so extending out your the forward hand, stretching, opposite directions. And now I want you to turn facing the side of your mat and bring both arms up, star pose. Be a star.
I am a star.
You're a star. And this should be a very, feel great. So we're gonna bend at the waist, coming forward. Wide-legged forward fold on the side of your mat. And then just drop your body. You take an inhale, exhale. Your legs have a micro bend in your knees so you don't hyperextend. You're extending your back down low, long back. And you can use your hands towards the front, in the middle. You can hold your ankles. There's a lot of things you can do. And then now we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Back to your star. And then let's turn your front foot back to the front of the mat. We're in your high lunge. So we've turned the hips from the left to the front. High lunge, and then the front leg bent, the back leg back. Actually, this is more warrior 1 with your foot down to an angle. Perfect, warrior 1. And now let's bring your arms down on both sides of your front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Great job, everybody. Beautiful. Okay, now we're taking our left foot forward and straight front leg. We're going to rise up and then extend up, down over that leg, pyramid pose. You have straight legs, your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Relax the neck and shoulders. And you're folded from the hips. And, feel that sensation, especially in the front leg. There should be some sensation in that front leg and the hip. And then come back up into your warrior 1. And now we're going to turn to the opposite side of the mat that you were before when we turned it to you. Perfect. And we're a star. Now take your back foot, turn it in a 45-degree angle. Bring your front foot, face it forward, and drop into your front knee. Arms extended, parallel to the floor.
That's
There
when
you
I
go.
feel that burn
There you
in
go.
my arms. Do y'all feel it?
And you can gaze over your front hand, stretching, equal stretching of your arms front to back. Warrior 2. Okay, then let's come back up. Face the side of your mat, star. And then wide leg, forward fold. Bending from your hip, keeping your back straight, come down. And then take a deep breath in. And exhale. This is actually an inversion. So, you know, people do headstands and things like that. And anytime we have our head down, we're in an inverted position. Okay, when you're ready, let's come up. Big star. And now, both feet go wide, facing towards the outside corners of your mat. And we're going to bring the arms down like goalposts, cactus. And now we're gonna bring a little more fire and sit our booty back. Goddess pose. There you go.
It's
Feel
hard.
the burn. Feel the burn. You can do hard things. You got this. You got this. And we'll do an inhale. Do an exhale. One more in. One more exhale and out. Come back up.
Oh
Star.
God, no more.
Let's turn back to the front of the mat. Step back. And let's bring our arms back down. Let's take a second. Take a breath. Get in a comfortable position.
I think I might do that downward.
Do a child's pose, downward
Yes,
facing dog. Let's all connect in a comfortable place.
Whew. Yeah,
I
I
think
think
the-
stretching would make you feel that way, but
No, I'm telling you, it's like a bigger workout than a boot camp.
And these are poses I'm trying to teach you so that you can maybe you know some already, but this is something you can do throughout the week, and then we can continue to work on them as we get together.
This
Because
is
I want
intro.
you to keep. Yeah, this is intro.
So I
keep
have
it-
to repeat them like
keep-
100 times with you to get them.
Yeah, so keep coming, and we can kind of build on them.
so this
We
is
can-
like a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
All right.
And we can get deeper.
That's
We
fine.
can get deeper into our poses as we do get more comfortable with how it feels in our body. And are you feeling that connection between your mind and your body right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
We should do chakra alignments while we do this. Align our chakras.
See all the colors on my cards? Those are all different chakras.
Yes, I love it.
So when we start out, when we're laying on the ground and I'm saying feel yourself connected to the ground,
That's the root chakra.
Mhm.
You're rooting us.
and
We're already rooted.
I'm asking you to open your heart, right? I'm saying bring
Sacral.
back your shoulders. Yep, open that heart chakra, the sacral. We're getting our hips opened up. We're doing our moving our neck. Let's do that right now. That would be a great thing to do. Let's just go to the side, and let's go around to the front. One ear to the same side shoulder, and then just gently roll it down around the front of your chest over to the other side.
I definitely need that.
Of course, always be very, very gentle with your neck. There's a small little area that holds a great big, important piece of your body. Okay, let's come back to center. So I wanted to do a couple balancing poses with you. We're going to stand back up again. Has everybody caught their breath, ready to roll? Rock and roll? Okay, let's stand up. And how many of you are familiar with tree pose? Heard of tree pose? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring let's start in a nice tall mountain pose. Okay, so we're aligned. We can feel the ground under our feet. Let's go up scan up your body, up through your calves, your knees, your quads are engaged, your booty's tucked in. You bring your abs up, down and up into your abdominal. Let's get up to our heart. We have our shoulders pulled back. Our heart is open. Our shoulder blades are down our back. We turn our palms facing forward. We have our neck aligned over our shoulders, looking straight ahead with eyes closed, but facing straight ahead with the very tippy top of our head. Feel like it's pulling us, making us just like a little bit taller as we stand here. We're getting lengthened just standing here with all of our body engaged, going towards the sky. And then let's take a big deep breath in together. Hold it and exhale. Okay, as you're standing here now, bring the weight of your body over to your left foot. And feel the four corners of your foot grounded into the floor. So that means the pads of your the foot under the toes. You have your heel where you're feeling balanced on the back of your heel. And then maybe on your right foot, kind of start to move towards your tippy toes. Or standing on your tippy toe. So you can feel the weight shifting over to the left side of your body. And then for tree pose, what we're going to do, this is actually, we're in tree pose right now. And I'd invite you to open your eyes because it's harder to balance with your eyes closed. A lot harder. Okay, so now this is tree pose with the leg on one, balanced on one leg, and your weight is moved over and you're on your toe. But we can move that foot to move it up. So you can, if you feel comfortable, take it off the ground. You can put it on your calf. And bringing your knee out to extend to the side wall. So you have it under your knee, under your calf, or you can go above the knee. Please try to avoid the knee because you don't want to hyperextend your knee to the side. If you feel like you want to take your hand down to help position your foot in a place on your inner thigh, or even down on your quad. I mean, I'm sorry, not your quad. Down on your calf.
Carmen.
Okay. We have some balance going here.
I'm just gonna stick with the lower inner ear.
And our balance is different every day.
Oh my goodness.
And the shaking is awesome because that's where the transformation's happening. If we can just go straight into a pose and stay there with nothing, no challenge, we're not improving, are we? We're staying the same. And we want to continue to keep building and growing. Okay, so and then you can do different things with your hands. So you can be in tree pose, and you can bring your arms up, and you can have branches, or you can be in tree pose, and you can bring your hands to heart center. Sometimes it's easier to start at heart center and then extend your arms up.
Yeah, threw me off. It's hard. All right,
other side. Good job, everybody.
yes.
Now let's get back to our strong mountain. Okay, so we're grounded in our feet. We're going to move up through all of our chakras. So we're grounded in our feet. We feel our feet on the ground. And strong press into the ground. This is what's supporting you. This is your space. You deserve this beautiful, wonderful space in your life and in this world. You're important, you have value, you have worth. Then we feel this, just let's kind of scan our body from bottom to top. So now we go up through our calves. We feel our calves pushing down into the ground. We have go our knees with maybe just a slight bend. Let's not overextend the knees so it doesn't add pressure. So the knees might have just a little bend, but then we get to the quads and we feel the quads kind of tighten up, lift up through the quads, lift up through the booty, lift up through the hips. Now, in the abdomen, we suck in and up. And now we're going up through the spine. And we feel the spine aligned, straightening out. We have the shoulders rolled back down the back. The shoulder blades are sliding down the back. We have our palms pressing forward. Maybe extend your fingers wide. I love that wide extension sensation within the fingers. And then we go up through our neck. And then through the root of the base of our head, you can feel that alignment there that's keeping our chin level, looking forward, with or without eyes closed or open. And then like you have a string pulling you from the top of your head. You're pulling your head, your top of your head up, your shoulders down, maybe your hands pulling out, and you're strong. Just standing, you're strong. Okay, now we're going to take the weight over to our right foot. Now we're slowly lifting our foot off the ground, getting on our tippy toe. Actually, I think our weight is on our right foot, right? Mm-hmm. Did I say? Okay. And we're getting on the tippy toe of our left foot. And to open your eyes so it helps with your balance. Okay, and we can kind of turn our knee out just a little, and then start to move your foot up your leg to a spot that's comfortable. Maybe it's on your calf. Trying to be careful of the knee. So either come up above the knee or below the knee. And then move, pushing the knee out, kind of opening up in the hip area. Really keep your toe on the ground. Your toe on the ground like this. Yeah, and push your heel against your lower calf. There you go. And then expand right here. And there's a really good expansion feeling in the hips in this pose. When you get kind of opened up, you're opening up your heart, you're opening up your hips. And then we can bring our hands in different motions. You can do put your hands in heart center, extend out to the tree branches. We can be trees blowing in the wind. And when you're ready, bring your foot back in.
Got it.
Tree blowing in the wind. No blowing even.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, I had one more balance pose for us. Are you ready? Okay, so we're back to our standing position, mountain. Okay, now we're going to take our hands to heart center. And as we pivot forward, lift your right leg off the ground. And keep your hips pushed down or pointing down towards the ground. And your back foot, you turn to the side so you can see me better. So as we pivot, we're like a pendulum. Our back foot is coming up as our front body is going forward. And we're making a T shape. And then if you can, we point our toe towards the ground. And if you like, bring your hands to the ground and bend that front knee, and you can feel that extension. Do you feel that extension?
It's coming down.
Okay.
It's coming down.
Okay, and then slowly come back up. Put both feet beside each other. That was warrior 3.
We are warriors. Ladies, we are warriors.
Okay, so we have to do the other side, right? We don't want to be out of balance. We're getting to the end of our practice here. You guys have been real champions. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It'll get easier. It'll get easier.
All right. So same thing now, except the other leg. So we're gonna slowly lift that foot off the ground. Keep your weight balanced or centered over your standing leg. Your knee has a tiny little bend in it, and as your back leg goes back, your front body comes forward with this flat back. And it helps if you look towards the ground.
Okay, maybe that will help.
Hands at heart center, and then pointing your back toe towards the ground, and you're making a capital T with your body. And it's called yoga practice, not yoga perfect. So that I love that feeling actually.
That is so hard.
Okay, we've done warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3. We've done tree pose. We've done forward lunge. We've done low lunge. Very
Awesome.
Wonderful. You guys have done a lot.
Oh,
Thank you for teaching us.
We're not done.
Oh no. Oh God.
Now. So we started with our arriving at our mats, connecting with our breath. Then we had a little bit of a warm-up series. Then we came to kind of the fire, right? And I could bring some more, but I think you guys are there. Or maybe not. You ready for one more time? Okay. We'll save it for next week. I have more surprises. Okay. And then, now what we're going to do is we're going to come to our mat. We're going to do a little bit of ab, focusing on our core. Do a little core focus. And then we're going to do a cool down and then a savasana to really enjoy and reap the benefits of this practice, where it all just comes together in a beautiful, synergistic way of...
And we melt?
We melt. We let our body absorb this time of movement and appreciation of who you are. So, anyway, so let's make our way to the mat. Find a seated, comfortable position. So we're going to bring just a little fire to the core because I know you guys can do
Feel it
it.
a lot. Right
You
here.
can do it. In your hips?
Yes,
Good.
I needed it.
We, as women, we carry a lot of our stress, a lot of our emotion, a
Yeah.
lot of baggage in our hips, right?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can see
So,
that.
so even just doing some hip circles, different ways you can do those. Just even kind of standing up. We're gonna do one last really good stretch in our hips right before we end our pigeon. It's a wonderful pose. So, and that's something that you can do anytime. You can do it anytime. All right. So, we are going to do what's called boat. So, and extend your legs forward, and we're going to, let's start with sitting up like this. Okay, so we're sitting, straight spine, and we have our legs extended in front of us, and then you can keep your weight in your hands, and we're going to bring our legs up, kind of like a tabletop in the air. So we were doing this earlier, right? We were here. Okay, the hands are going to helping you, so you can, but you have the option. You can lift your hands up. Do you feel your abs engaged? Extend one leg. Bring it in. Extend the other leg.
Yes.
Feel it? Okay, bring your hands back down. Okay, and you can bring your feet back down. Okay, so that is called half boat. Now we're going to show you low boat. Okay, so here we are. Legs up. Arms out. Legs extend out. Back
Oh my!
Then come back up. Half boat.
Okay,
Put your feet down.
that felt good. I'm gonna come more this way.
Okay, we're gonna do one more little rotation through that. And then
Yeah. Use those elbows, girl.
you guys are doing so great. Okay. Legs up. Arms up. Extend your left leg. Bring it in. Extend your right leg. Bring it in. Extend both legs. Bring it in. Bring it down.
That wasn't too much.
Okay, good. We'll do this.
It was bad, but it was too much.
Okay. Here we go. Legs up, arms up. Okay, left leg out. Bring it in. Right leg out. Bring it in. Okay, both legs out. Bring it in. Okay, now this time we're going to go both legs out. Lower down. One breath. Bring it in. There we go.
Oh, shit. Please.
Okay. And then we're going to do, so we've been working we had the front side of our body contracted. So now everybody down on your back. I guess you're there. And we're going to do a counter pose. So every position that we have in yoga has a counter position. So for extending the front of the body, then we need to kind of then focus on the back of the body. Or like even when we balance on the left side, then we balance on the right side, right? Because we want to be in balance. That's what we're trying. All of our goal is to be back in balance someday, right?
Oh,
Or even to achieve balance. Okay, so we're going to be on our backs. Okay, and I want you to bring your feet in under your knees. And then, yeah, exactly. Okay, and then your arms are extending towards your feet. So you may be able to touch your heels, you may not. And then push your palms of your hands onto the ground. And then taking a deep inhale and lift your hips up. And your weight will have rolled to the shoulders. Your neck's looking straight up, looking straight at the ceiling. Don't look right to left. You want to protect your neck in this pose. And then let's take a couple inhales and exhales in this pose. Inhale and exhale. And we're squeezing everything, right? Everything is squeezing up. You think you can't lift up one more, you can lift up one more inch. Lift it up and then inhale. Exhale. And then squeeze it up 1 more inch. Exhale. And then 1 more squeeze, hold it, inhale, exhale, release. How was that?
That was good. Is that called a thrust?
Bridge.
Bridge.
Yeah, but that's the kind of, you're kind of thrusting your hips up for sure. You guys want to do 1 more set?
Sure.
We'll do a short set. Actually, I'm curious when you come up, if you're able to interlace your palms under your tailbone behind you.
Okay.
There you go. Or even touch fingertips. Okay. And then with a big inhale, lift your hips up. And then rolling your shoulders back down towards the mat. And if your palms are interlaced, maybe you're reaching more towards your heels than before you were. So you're reaching towards your heels and pushing and lifting your hips up at the same time. And your booty is tight. This is a good booty pose. Okay, and let's do 1 more big inhale. And let's also, as we're lifting up, lifting your heart up, you're lifting your hips up, you're pushing through your quads. We'll do 1 more big inhale together. And exhale. Okay, come down. And then I'll show you a variation. So as you continue to build in your practice and building the strength in our arms, we can come with our, you guys can just watch this for a second. So, so see how in my alignment, I'm touching the back of my heels, and I'm trying to keep my knees in alignment with my hips so they're not flaying out to the right or inward. And then, as I lift up, I push my shoulders back under my back, and I'm keeping my eyes faced towards the ceiling. And then I like to always get lined up.
So you want your hands to stay on the mat and your palms to touch. Okay.
And then, so this is called bridge, and then there's a variation of this. You know, every pose you can build on the next pose, and so I show you this to give you an example of things that we can do. So then, for those, you know, as we get more, you know, I've been doing this like 20-something years, so, you know, but as we grow. So anyways, I bring my arms down, my palms and beside my ears, my fingers are pointing away from me. And then I lift up, and then this is called wheel. And
I can do that.
Variation of bridge. Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you come down very gently, and then land on your head, roll back, and come back down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we do it one more time?
And remember to keep your knees, try to keep your knees from flaying out. So you're trying to keep your knees pointing forward. So lined up. I put my hands beside my head. And then I take a big inhale in, and then I press it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
But as you work on bridge, kind of think about how we're arching. We're creating that arch in the back. So remember when we were doing cat-cow and we're moving our spine up and down. Then when in bridge, we're using our spine and we're using our whole, that's why when you said, you know, boot camp versus yoga, you're using your whole body, right? To bring yourself up in the strength, and you're using the strength of your whole body. So you'd always want to feel like you're evenly distributing the force of the pose through your body. So that's why I say, you know, lift up through your stomach. You tuck your abs in, or engage your quads. So then the power comes from your whole person, and you're not just using one part of the body, which makes it harder. It makes it easier when you have everything engaged.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go to what's called pigeon pose. So we're going to, this is another wonderful opener for the hip. So we're going to have, actually the best way to go, an easy way to go into this, we'll go back to our neutral tabletop position. This is a great starting point for every pose. Did you realize that?
Yes, it kind of hurts my wrist. Is that okay?
I wonder if you,
Do I need to be more going towards the ceiling,
I wonder if you put a little bit more pressure in your fingertips.
Okay,
Does that
I'll
help?
try that.
Because then it takes a little bit of the weight off of your wrist and puts more
Yeah,
of it in your
okay.
fingertip. Okay, now what we're gonna do is extend your left leg back, and then bring your right knee forward. And there's variations
Wait.
of it.
I said,
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Left leg back.
And right leg forward.
Oh.
Or you can also do this on your back. It's called figure four. Okay, lay back. Everybody go lay on your back. Okay, we're gonna take your right leg over your left quad. You see what I'm doing? I'm making a number 4 with my legs. And then I want you to bring your leg up and then grab anywhere you can. If maybe it's between your legs or maybe it's up. And we're drawing the extended leg, your left leg, towards your body. But at the same time, you're kind of pushing your right knee away. So you're feeling, you want to just get where you feel some sensation in your hips. Are you feeling that?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes.
so then you can make your own adjustments, whether you need to bring your legs in closer or or push your knee away, whatever is working. Generally, if you bring your arms through your under your leg that's on top of your thigh, you can bring that pull that in, and you'll feel that stretch in your hip. And while you're doing that, try to also keep your tailbone on the ground. So you're bringing your leg in, but extending your tailbone long. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's change legs.
Where is the bathroom?
Straight back. Straight back through the doors.
And so now let's switch. Let's put
Behind the
both-
screen.
Yeah. Did you guys
Behind the
change
black
legs?
screen. Keep going.
Okay, so you have both feet on the floor. Now you take your left foot up over the quad of your right leg, and you'll bring your foot forward, or extend your right leg towards the ceiling. Bring your arms through your leg and pull that leg back towards you. You feel that? Okay, now put both legs down straight. How do your hips feel now? Do you feel loosening in your hips? Does it feel a difference from when we started? Okay, and from here, is everybody comfortable in a? Well, I want to do one more thing for your hips and one final twist. Okay? Have you heard of Happy Baby? Okay, so we're going to bring our knees in towards our chest, and then if you can grab the outside of your feet, we're bringing our hips up, our knees up towards our hips, and this is called a Happy Baby. There we go, perfect.
Keep a diaper change.
Yeah, you got it. Your knees are going outside of your hips. Yes, I like the rocking back and
Wet
forth.
wipe.
Good job.
Oh, goodness.
Pull up a pamper.
Yeah, and kind of play around with that pose where it feels comfortable in you.
Girl, let it out. Don't be
Okay.
afraid.
Okay, and then now put your feet
No,
down.
this is a great move for me to walk in on.
Okay, we were doing the Happy Baby. Hands on the outside of your feet, bringing your hips out. Perfect, you got it. You can flex your feet. You feel a difference when you flex your feet back, your toes back towards your body.
I feel like I'm about to have a baby.
A little rocking back and forth. Yeah. Okay. Now let's bring our feet back down on the floor, bent knees, and we're gonna do just a final twist. So just drop your knees to the right side,
Oh, that feels good.
and try to keep your shoulders as square as you can on the mat.
Yeah.
So you kind of so you feel like you're kind of making a little S with your spine or wringing it out like a dish rag gently.
Reading it out like this.
And breathe into that. Take a real deep breath. And when you're ready, come up to center. Drop it to the other side. Nice deep breath. resting back towards the floor. Try to keep your shoulders a little bit on the floor as your knees go. So your arm, you can actually even look over your right arm as your knees are to the left side. And you can feel even a twist from the top of your head down as you look to the right and your knees are to the left. Okay.
Just pop.
And
Ooh,
now
careful.
we're going to go to our final resting
Mine
posture.
pops in a weird way sometimes.
So now
Oh,
laying
yeah.
on your back,
It hurts.
extend your arms and your legs. Let's do one more great big stretch. Arms over your head, toes pointing. Be as long as you can on the mat. Great big stretch. And then now bring your arms back down to the side of your body. I like to lift up and tuck my shoulder blades down so it makes it a little more comfortable spot for my back on the mat. Have my palms facing forward, a little bit away from my body. And then I just let my feet open up like a book. Extend to the outside edges of the room. I'm gonna turn the music down a little. Just have a little bit of silence for a minute. And I'm gonna guide you into a little bit deeper relaxation for a second. So as I say the words, just focus on the thumb on your right side of your body, right hand, thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, back of the hand, front of the palm, wrist, lower arm, upper arm, shoulder, right collarbone, waist, left hand, thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, back of the hand, palm, wrist, lower arm, upper arm, shoulder, left collarbone, waist, right foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, fifth. Back of the foot, top of the foot, ankle, lower calf, knee, quad, hip, waist. Left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Back of the foot, top of the foot, left ankle, calf, knee, quad, hip, waist. Then top of the head, forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, chin, neck, chest, waist. Whole body, whole body, whole body. Begin to invite a little movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, roll to one side. You your side of the mat. And with your eyes closed, slowly begin to get yourself into a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. And make a nice straight spine. Looking, with your eyes closed, face forward, your chin level. Sometimes it's comfortable to put your hands on your knees or your legs. Relaxing down your shoulder blades. Then we're going to reach our arms out wide to the right and the left, and then bring them up overhead all the way to the top, palms touching. And bring your hands down to heart center. And then there's a word in yoga. It's called Namaste, and it means the light in me honors and loves the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.
And a round of applause. We did our very first
Awesome.
Oxford House yoga class.
Yay.
It can just get better from here.